Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, once again coming to you with the sports news you need to hear. Yes. We are back. We took a 1 week break, but hey, we're all good in the hood. We just had to take a quick pit stop. So don't worry, we're going to try to fly through as much sports news as we can. But yeah, hopefully this goes swimmingly. But of course, I am not alone today. I got my good old trusty friend here, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What's up? It's good to be back. Thanks for having me back, Robert.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm glad to have you here because, you know, doing this by myself is, it's not very easy. I don't know if you noticed that.
I can only imagine, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you could only imagine because I do the editing, I do the posting, I do the social media.
You're a one-man army.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm an army, but I do my best. But how have you been, my guy?
Yeah, I've been doing good. Just working. I've been picking up golf again. Playing basketball every day at lunch. Yeah, it's been doing pretty good. Just grinding. What about you?
I mean, I've been alright. I mean, just going to work, trying to get this podcast off the ground. But yeah, I mean, nothing much really, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But thank you for asking.
Oh, of course, my friend.
But yeah, going into what we got on tap for today, we're gonna be talking. We got Danny. We gotta talk some basketball, so we're gonna be going into some NBA news. We'll talk a little bit about the NBA All-Star game that happened about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot of trades and moves going around in the league as well. And then this past weekend, as of this recording, the MLS 2023 season finally kicked off. So I'll be covering a little bit of that and giving you my own little opinions here and there. And we'll see what knowledge Danny knows about soccer.
I don't know.
She's already looking at... Oh, by the way, we're recording in person today.
Yes, in brand new Studio Tan.
Studio Tan, exactly. But hopefully the audio sounds good. Sorry if it sounds a little muffled or disoriented in some parts of today's show. I apologize deeply. But please bear with us. It's a work in progress build.
Yes.
Speaking of build, in the second half of our show, the build up to PLANTvBENAVIDEZ fight in March. It's a little ways away, but that's when we'll be doing in the warm up because, like I said, we got Danny. We got to talk about what Danny likes to talk about, and he's our boxing guy. And I know we've had some people asking for some boxing. So, Danny, are you excited to talk about boxing?
Yes. Shout out to you. You know who you are. Big O out there. We hear you.
No, yeah, thank you for our fans for suggesting this topic. And then in the rundown, of course, it's just going to be a crapshoot of different topics, of course. But yeah, stick around to hear what we got to say towards the end. But yeah, Danny, are you excited for today's recording because we're in person?
Yes, in person. I'm ready to talk about anything, everything. And, I think I'm ready to hop into it.
Are you nervous?
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, I'm currently staring at you from like 10 feet away. A little nervous. You're too close for comfort.
I mean, I'm just nervous for the audio because long story short, we were trying to figure out how to do this. And like you said, I'm a one-man army, but I'm not the best army. I'm pretty sure you could attest to that, Danny.
The rules of war. Never let them know your next move. If you're too small, make them think you're big. If you're too big, make them think you're small. Come on. Oh my God, sorry, the Hawks just lost.
Are you watching a game while we're recording?
Yes.
The hell's wrong with you?
Yep, okay. And as we're recording, I think that's a great time to jump in.
I guess so, yeah.
Jump into the first topic.
The Hawks just lost as of this recording.
Yes, and the Lakers also just lost as of this recording.
Do you really have to tell me that right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's what happened. This is a sports podcast. These things just happen.
I guess we're giving you at the moment news now. Apparently, we're that type of podcast. Yes, but yeah, like Danny said, we're gonna start jumping into some NBA news. So what do you want to do? Because I have a whole list of things that I wrote, which I worked very hard to do, and you want to talk about something else. So what do you want to talk about, Danny? On the list of things, we don't have to go in order no more. Fuck it.
No, I think it's a great order.
Okay, go.
Starting from the furthest back.
All right, go. You start this thing.
The NBA All-Star Game. I got a lot to say about it, so I want to hear your thoughts, Robert. What are your thoughts on the NBA All-Star Game that just happened?
I was only able to watch a portion of it. It looked like how it usually looks. High scoring, no defense. There was a surprise pick. They did a playground style draft before the game, in which Kevin Durant picked Kyrie Irving, right, out of the picking order. I think that's what
Giannis.
it was. And everyone was like tripping out. They're like, "Wow, he picked his former teammate."
Oh.
But other than that, I did see that what's his face, Mr. Jason Tatum, won the MVP honors. 55 points, 22 of 31 shooting, setting the record for the most points scored in said All-Star game. So hats off to him. And what else? Team LeBron lost for the first time.
Yes, in the new format, Team LeBron has lost for the very first time, handed his first L in All-Star history.
Well, it's not his first L. His name's LeBron. It starts with an L.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's La Loser, I guess, right?
Shut the hell up. I can't be just said that. You're a fool.
But I mean, other than that, well, Giannis is a winner, but another winner of the All-Star game, well, not the All-Star game, but All-Star weekend, Mac McClung steals the dunk contest. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did. Oh, that's a good catch. I forgot to put that in here on my list. Thank you for catching that, Danny.
Yeah, no problem.
But he's the first white person to win the slam dunk contest since like the 80s or something.
Yep.
Or the 90s.
Yep.
It's not an important stat, but everyone was like talking about it. I don't like bringing up stats like that, but hey, good for him. He was in the G League prior to this.
Yeah.
I think he got signed this week or the week of the.
Yeah, I think he got signed like 2 days before All-Star weekend started.
Yeah, it was like fairly recent, but good on him. I saw the highlights. Obviously, he did the one where he jumped over two people.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
On top of each other.
Yep.
And then that was when he hit the backboard, right?
Yeah, he tapped the backboard before he dunked it. Yeah.
And then the one he put his high school jersey on. What did he did like a.
It was like a
720
580 or 540. Sorry.
540.
Yep.
I don't know. I think it was Charles Barkley was trying to downplay it. He's like, oh, he started spinning before he jumped. Okay, bro.
Well, I think
you could never.
I think Chuck had initially called it a full double 360, 720, and then he pulled it down to 540, which is correct because he did start spinning before the jump.
But then he kept spinning even after the jump.
That's true. I mean, yeah. I would give him a 720.
He was spinning on the ground.
But he already dunked it.
I know, but he was still spinning. It wasn't the full rotation until he hit the ground.
Yeah, you know who's probably still spinning? He is. Because I think I saw a couple of like quick stat lines. Before he got signed and before All-Star weekend, he made $106,000 between his, I think this is like his third or fourth year in the G League. So other than, well, I think he had a stint on the Lakers initially in his rookie year, but from then to now he made $106,000. From when he was put into the dunk contest, he got a shoe deal with Puma. He got signed to a 10-day with the Sixers. I think he bought his parents a house, something like that. So he made $100,000 in the 5 days from when he got announced to be in the dunk contest. And then he won the dunk contest. His whole life turned around. Can you imagine that?
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, because I didn't really look. I didn't even know who was participating, because usually it's just like a crapshoot. It's usually just, all right, you've dunked 30 times this season, you get to be in the dunk contest, because everyone always wants fucking LeBron or Blake Griffin to be in it all the time, but they're like, well, we don't want to do it, and we can't even do it because they won't let us. And it's like, okay, like, what's the point of doing this, you know? But like, I'm good on the NBA on letting the little people and the more, I would say, more creative minds get in on this. Because who was the guy that dunked and he just did like a honey dunk, and he pulled out like a letter out of the fucking net, and then nobody cheered just for the letter to say 50 on it? Like, nah, bro, that's not it.
No.
Nah, yeah, but good on McClung on winning it. I mean, he seemed pretty excited based off of his attitude. But yeah, it was pretty good. It was interesting.
Yeah. Other than that, All-Star Weekend was kind of a snore fest.
Yeah, a little bit. I think every couple years, well, actually, a lot of the years, it'd be like that. But I mean, like, I know we've had this discussion kind of in the past. Like, what would you do to fix it so it wasn't a snooze fest every year?
I mean, I think it has to go back to the old format where there's a little bit more of a rivalry, East versus West. Kind of set it up so that the players get something out of it too, and like they're able to see, hey, you know, I've got two star players from possibly the team that I'm gonna see in the finals. So this is a good time for me to see how they play individually when they're not running sets or they're not, doing something that the coach tells them. This is their habits. This is how they play. And there's a little bit of more bite to the game. Yeah, the players just got to be more invested. I don't know exactly how to do it, but they just have to be more invested.
I mean, I have no idea on how it would work because to me, growing up, the All-Star game, even like the NFL Pro Bowl, was always competitive in quotations. Yeah. But that was just due to the fact that like people were telling them it had to be competitive and like ruthless and always trying to be like the number one guy, which you kind of had those people. You had Michael Jordan, you had Kobe Bryant, even like LeBron in his younger years, because he grew up around that mentality. I mean, not that mentality is gone, like you still have those people, but it's like at the end of but that's like that mentality is for the actual games that matter. And now everyone's kind of like, okay, like there's no point to this. Like we're just trying to one up everybody, and that's what the audience and the fans want to see. But then again, it's like, do I really want to go out and do this little silly game this week?
Yeah, risk getting injured. I think that's why there's got to be a little bit of bite to it, because you could be competitive without injuring each other or getting yourself injured. You can have a very competitive, spirited game, playing defense. Maybe you shorten it so that there's not as much time for people to injure themselves or whatnot. But I'm not sure how exactly to do it, but I think East versus West is a good start. Maybe take away the fan vote again. I don't know. Maybe make the fan vote count part of the percent, or make something else count part of the percent, so that we're not just seeing people with followings and whatnot. We're seeing people who deserve it this year. A lot of, like last year, debatably Andrew Wiggins shouldn't have started, but because he was on Golden State Warriors and they were winning, he got a start in the All-Star game, and he took that start away from somebody else. If you're able to make it more competitive and people are seeing who they want to see in there, people are going to watch. The players can be more competitive because they know people are watching. And then maybe, I don't know, have every single player play for their own charity or something like that, where every time that they score or they get a stat line boost, money goes into their charity.
Isn't that what it was this year? Because isn't that what the first iteration was from like the first time they did it?
Yeah, but they're playing for their team charities. If everyone's invested in their own charities, like, let's say like, LeBron has his own promise goal. Every time he scores a basket or he gets a steal, he gets a block, money goes there. If every player is playing for their own purpose, I feel like everyone's going to want to do everything. I mean, people might not pass the ball, but everyone will be a little more invested and play with a little more purpose than this is all for the fans, which is all great and all, but it ends up being a super boring game where people are just shooting threes. I think Dame missed like 3 threes in a row because he was wide open, and that is a wide open shot, but that's not the best play. You miss 2 in the beginning, pass the ball or walk it up to the hoop. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. I think just, growing up, we saw a different change in mentality for the game. I think the league just does their best to promote it. I mean, they have no problem hyping it up. Like, there's like a video from like a couple years ago when it was D Rose, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard, and LeBron James starting, and you could see D Rose was not having it. He was just like almost like Marshawn Lynch style face. I'm just here, so I'm good, fine. And then on the other side, you have fucking Dwight Howard going like hyping up the crowd, like, bro, chill out, bro. Like, what are you doing? You playing?
Yeah, I saw
Indonesia now, bro. Chill out.
He's in Taiwan.
Right, Taiwan, close enough.
Yeah, but I saw a clip of the lineup of the skills contest in whatever year it was. It was like Kobe, D Wade, Chris Paul. I'm forgetting someone else, but it's a pretty star-studded cast for just the skills contest, which is typically like the least watched thing other than like the Rising Stars thing, which is pretty new. Um, you know, it's just something to show, and it's for the fans. I think Kobe had like a great attitude about it. It's for the fans. You play with heart. You play with competitiveness because it's for the fans, but you don't throw your body on the line because that's not what it's for. It's excitement. It's to build hype around the game, and this is like when people start watching. People watch the All-Star game into the postseason. Typically, the more casual fans start watching in the postseason, but the All-Star game is kind of where people move their eyes to NBA because football season has just ended. What are people moving to next? If they're not waiting for MLS or the start of
NFL,
the MLB later on,
MLB.
or XFL nowadays, you watch NBA. Like, this is the time people move their eyes to the NBA. If you make it boring like this and back and forth, it's all in good fun, but people get bored of it, and then they don't watch until the finals later on. You lose viewership. So, I think the NBA has something to gain out of it as well.
No, yeah. I agree on everything you just said. Yeah, it's just all in fun, but it is hard. It's a hard. How do you explain? It's a hard sell to the players itself, I think. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and the return on investment's really tough for the players because what do you really get? I think other than if money's going to your charity every time you score or whatever, you're putting your body on the line for the fans. But then what if you get injured and then your season's over?
It's in the middle of the season.
Exactly, right. Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough problem to solve.
No, yeah.
But getting away from that, I think we got stuck in this conversation last week too, or 2 episodes ago.
Yeah. That was like an overall. That was like NFL and everything. But
overall All-Star games and whatnot.
But moving on now. Because you're the basketball guy. Apparently, you know what to do in this program. But yeah, we got a few NBA news things to go over. Let me see. Now, if I could take control of the program.
Yes, go ahead.
LeBron James is on the injury list due to a foot injury he got a couple days ago. People were concerned it'd be a month, a couple weeks. We know now that it would be at least 2 weeks out. And according to Danny already, the Lakers have already lost as of this recording.
Yes. They just lost to the Memphis Grizzlies with a score of 109 to 121.
So yeah, they're already down big apparently, but they also picked up a one formerly known in LA, now returning to LA.
Yes.
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell comes in a trade package with Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt, which is a great handful of pickups, I think, for LA. And since that pickup, Jared Vanderbilt has really put in a lot of energy. Malik Beasley has provided a lot of shooting. D'Lo Ice is out for a leg injury as well, I believe. But when he comes back, it should be, things looking up for the Lakers. I think they're going to San Antonio, I think, for their next game back-to-back to play tomorrow. But hopefully without LeBron, and with LeBron hopefully returning this season, we don't know what the prognosis is yet, but hopefully he's able to return this season and not miss another postseason run.
No, yeah, we already seen that it's already working. I think like the first or second game they played with each other, I think LeBron had 20 plus, Anthony had 20 plus, and then D'Angelo Russell had 20 plus points. So I was like, dude, if they could do this for the rest of the season, they're solid.
Oh yeah, and everyone's meshing so well. Rui Hachimura, Vanderbilt, Malik Beasley, like everything is meshing, and they kind of did so, not immediately, but they had a good pre and post All-Star test. They beat Golden State before the break.
Yeah, that was a big
as
deal.
their first test, and then they beat them again after the break. Given Golden State didn't have Curry for both games, but it's a little bit of a litmus test, but on both ends. Yep, but yeah, I really like this team right now as it's composed. Hopefully, injuries don't bog it down for this season, and they have to wait till next season to make a run. But Yeah, I like the pickups.
I mean, you got Mr. Glass on their team as well.
Yeah, who's been playing amazing. Every time he goes down, we get scared, but Anthony Davis has to step up with LeBron out, and hopefully this doesn't strain him. And these extra guys with Mo Bamba also being picked up, being traded for Pat Bev, basically.
Yeah.
It gives Anthony Davis some time to rest in between games and during the game, when typically he's averaging almost like 42 minutes of the 48.
And that was your Lakers talk with Danny Tan today.
Yep, thank you very much.
Moving on now, just very briefly, Damian Lillard recently just hit 71 points, and that puts him in a very rare tier list of players that have reached that milestone, which is not a lot, by the way.
I, that puts him in the top 10 scoring in a game, and I think he's the first player to score 70 or more points in under 40 minutes.
Yeah, basically. Because I think because it was Wilt Chamberlain who had 4 70-plus games, technically, which he had the 100-point game, obviously, and then he had a 71, and he had a 73, and I think a 76-point game, which if anybody can correct me if I'm wrong on those, but somewhere around that range of numbers is what he had. And then just another slew of other players. Obviously, Kobe was the second highest with 81 points. And yeah, I mean, I've always thought Damian's been a great player. I think in 2019, early 2020, I was he should be MVP. The only problem was that he was on a losing team.
Yeah, and I think if he stays in Portland without a great amount of moves made in that city, it's going to stay that way. His legacy won't be tarnished, but it's going to be diminished because he's never been on a team that's run deep enough to make it to the finals. I think the furthest they've gone is Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
But Dame time is a thing. He's an amazing player, amazing point guard. He started great as a rookie, and has continued to be great. And this season, he had to steal the spotlight away from Donovan Mitchell's 70 points, adding that one more, 71.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. Hopefully, Portland makes some big moves and really builds around him. I think they got a great starting supporting cast for him. But eventually he's either got to, which I don't think he'll ever do, he's either got to cut his losses and leave, or really press the front office to really say, I need these 2 guys, or I need this 1 extra piece, or these 2 extra pieces. And then we'll see how it goes from there.
Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you talk a little bit more into your mic, please?
Oh, am I low? Okay, here we go. Let me turn my gain up.
Yeah, because I think we're going to be picking it up on my side as well. You're
Okay.
getting too excited for me, bro.
Oh, my bad.
No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding, but just in case.
Okay. Wait,
But,
you saying talk lower, or you saying talk louder?
Lower.
Lower.
Or at least into the
Gotcha.
mic.
Turn my gain down.
But yeah, I think we
Okay.
should be good there. But talking about Damian Lillard, yeah, I think he should just start swinging his weight around and see if he could, get something. Because what I just say, 2020, 2019, it's been almost 4 years now. And what he went from scoring 50 plus points a game, now 70 plus points a game. What is it going to take for this team to get the ball rolling in Portland?
Yeah, I mean, I really like some of the pieces. I mean, some things also don't make sense. Josh Hart, who got traded to the New York Knicks, is doing great over there. I don't know why he didn't do great in Portland. He's a great player. He could have done more offensively. I think they got Matisse Thybulle over there for some more defense. But Shaden Sharp, Isaiah Stewart, these are great guys that with Dame should be able to make a good run. But, I mean, we'll see. They really didn't make too many moves during this season or offseason for trading, but it hasn't really turned out the same as the Lakers. Things have not turned out too well for them. They're 1 game ahead of the Lakers, but they're still on the outside looking into the play-in. So, I mean, we'll see. I think there's 20 or 19 games left for most teams in the rest of the season before the playoffs. So, we'll see how things shake up in the West.
No, yeah, they're going to have to start turning it on because you can't be falling behind to the damn Lakers. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, as much as I want to see the Lakers do good, yeah, you can't be falling behind like that, because you guys have one of the I will die on this hill. I would say Damian Lillard has been the best player for like the past 5 years in the league.
That's crazy. That's crazy that you just said that.
No, because it's true.
That's insane.
It's not insane.
You got Jokic, you got Embiid, who have been battling for MVP for the last like 4
I know
years.
they're really good, but have they been good the past like 4 or 5 years? No.
Embiid has been
consistently
MVP, Embiid and Jokic for the last 3 years.
Nah, dog.
Yes.
No, I know they're good, Danny, but I'm just saying, like, Damian Lillard has been like a baller.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's just
yeah,
like
for his
he's
entire
on a losing
career.
team.
Yeah, which is true. Yeah, that's just the NBA script. You know,
Shut
does
the
he
hell.
leave?
You did not just say that.
What do they write for next
You did not just
season?
say that on the show right now.
Yeah, just playing around. But talking about the West, who's running the West? Another big move from the trade deadline.
What was it?
Kevin Durant targeting a Wednesday debut
Oh, yeah.
for the Suns against Charlotte.
I mean, moving on now.
That's another great trade. Well, I don't know about great, but it is a trade that came out of the dying and collapsing star that was the Brooklyn Nets. When Kyrie went to Dallas, that we talked about 2 episodes ago,
Yeah.
KD silently trolled the market with his agent and with a green light from Josiah in the front office of the Brooklyn Nets. He found a home.
In Philly, right?
The homie hopper, Kevin Durant, found a home in Phoenix. You know, it seems like he just picks the best team in the league the previous year and just says, "Get me there, please." And now he got his wish.
Dude, that's crazy. I mean, the Suns were getting called out before they had what's his face there. They were like, an old ass lady went to City Hall and was like, the Suns have not invested in anybody, which was more or less not true, but she made a point that none of them really like panned out the way everyone expected them to. So, because Devin Booker, right? Yeah, before Devin Booker.
Yes, Devin Booker.
They were struggling out there, but yeah, I mean, it's true. I guess Durant is just a sniper. There's like a specific word in like soccer. Dang, I forgot what they're called, but basically he's doing what like a lot of like big name players have done in the past, where you go to all the big teams and you win everything. And it's just like, bro, y'all need to chill the hell out.
Yeah, I mean, he left Golden State to prove that he didn't need Curry and Klay Thompson and Draymond to win a championship.
Because he knew the assignment, and the assignment was get a ring, go home.
Well, he got 2 rings, and then he pissed off. And well,
He was gonna leave
he left
either way.
probably because of the injury, but he was there to win the rings. He won the rings. He heard the talk. Slim Reaper's no good without Curry. He can't do anything without Klay Thompson, and to have 2 all-star elite shooters by his side. So he went to Brooklyn, asked for Kyrie, got Kyrie, got Harden in the meantime as well, and nothing happened there. Like I said before, black hole formed, and now he's going to the Suns for possibly another quick, easy win. It might be the most slimiest, sneakiest strategy to get rings that we've seen in recent NBA history.
I mean, damn. I mean, when you put it that way, yeah. I mean, because Durant's not. He don't talk a lot. I mean, he just did the draft, which he was trying to be serious and like somber with it in a way. But even at some point, he did crack a smile and a laugh here. But he's just there to play the game. Nothing much really. I think, in my opinion, as well. Because what else are you doing? Just like jumping team to teams. Like, where's your loyalty? What? I mean, if you're in a shitty situation, all right, I would say get out of it. But if you're out here just hopping around and like, we all know you're really talented, but what is the purpose to this? It's just to get a trophy, get a ring. That's it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, at that level, I think everybody loves the game of basketball. Everybody's there because they love it. They love the competition. They love everything about it, top to bottom. And they're all competitive enough to want rings and whatnot, right? But you're right. On the flip side, Dame possibly be being too loyal. You know, we have KD being the opposite. You know, he's the first one to stab you in the back and then pull that knife because he needs it later. You know,
Chill Caesar salad.
But I mean, it's gonna be a part of his narrative. You know, like everything he does, like these moves are gonna be asterisks to those championships, like they already were for Golden State. There's gonna be another asterisk if he wins for the Suns. There's gonna be a little parentheses in there that says, you know, he wasted 2 to 3 years in Brooklyn. You know, trying to build a super team, it didn't work out. Yeah, I mean, I know he's a great player. You know, I know he's not a bad guy and whatnot, but you know, and you do have to do what you got to do. But the optics, you know, LeBron is the way he is because he looks at the optics. You know, he left Cleveland to go to Miami to get rings, got 2, and then he said, I'm going back to Cleveland because I want it at home. Did it at home. Then he said, I want to play for arguably one of the best franchises in the NBA, the Lakers, the most storied franchise, I think, in the NBA, other than the Bill Russell Celtics era. And he did that too. Larry Bird, not as storied as Bill Russell.
All right, we'll talk about that later. Fuck you.
Okay, all right. But yeah, I mean, it's just gonna be another asterisk.
You're talking about all these asterisks. I mean, it goes down officially. Like, yeah, he won all of these. He has accomplishments. But yeah, I wouldn't be. All right, slow down with the asterisk stuff because then we get into mucky waters and we have to be more specific and it's just too. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he has all these accolades to his name, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's asterisk. It's just bumps in the road in his story of his career that doesn't make it look as like storied as it should be. Like, to me, I feel like his peak of like his journey to get a ring, like the first one, culminated when he got it, and then that was it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then after that, it's like, all right, you did it. You went to a really good team. You won a ring. It's kind of like, how what?
Yeah, exactly. And what did he do after that? Went to Brooklyn. Tried to do it on his own.
Blew it up in your face, bro.
Exactly. I mean, do it on his own, in quotation marks, because he had to beg Harden to come in. He had to beg Kyrie to come. Harden said, I don't want it if Kyrie's there. Kyrie was already there. Harden said, all right, fine, we'll give it a shot. He saw the writing that was on the wall. KD saw the writing that was on the wall. We saw it in the offseason. He asked for a trade. It was the biggest talk for 2-3 months. And then he all of a sudden made up with the front office and everything was cool. But I think everyone already knew what the situation was. And good on him for getting out of there. Good on Kyrie for getting out of that situation as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens with this Suns premiere. The only thing I would say is, if they do win a ring, congratulations to Chris Paul. You deserve it. Not KD. You already got one. But yeah, everyone forgets about Chris Paul. Mr. Hammy.
See, he's an assist guy.
Yeah, the State Farm assist guy.
That's not what I meant.
Not a sponsor.
But yeah.
Sponsor us, please, State Farm.
Looking, just to let you guys know the future of the Suns schedule. Yeah, this week they go to Charlotte. You catch that on League Pass. Then Friday they go to Chicago at 8 p.m. Eastern. League Pass. Watch it on League Pass as well. And then Sunday they got a primetime game. They're going at Dallas at 1 p.m. Eastern. You can find that on your local ABC station.
Yes, and talking about ABC and Dallas real quick. Lakers came back from 27 down against Dallas on Sunday, showing that Kyrie and Luka might not be the best combination on that team.
I mean, you got two people that want the ball.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie had already given up that ball handling position, but I guess it didn't work out, and kind of showed. Luka got a little frustrated, almost got tossed, and the Lakers just showed that they had more more energy. Unfortunately, resulted in an injury to LeBron, but it just kind of showed that the Lakers have a bright future, and for Dallas, even if they do get something out of this, like a good second round exit or something, at what cost did they do it for? Kyrie can walk in the summer. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But winding down in our NBA coverage this week, I just want to go over some notable games for this week. If I'm gonna go by them very quickly. We got Cleveland at Boston, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Friday we got Memphis at Denver, 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN as well. We got and all my notes are getting all mixed up. What's going on? I just had it. Where did it go? Danny, what's the next game? Do you know?
Philadelphia at Milwaukee,
Philadelphia
8:30
at
ABC.
Milwaukee. What channel is that on?
That is on ABC.
Okay. And then yeah.
Like I said
at the
earlier,
end, I think we
Phoenix
got
and
the
Dallas.
Clippers at Sacramento, right? Did I skip one?
Yes, I think you did.
I know I wrote a lot.
Okay,
A lot of notes.
it's somewhere in there.
But yeah, Friday we got the Clippers at Sacramento, 10 p.m. Eastern on League Pass, and also on League Pass we got Toronto at Washington, 5 p.m. Eastern. Included in that as well as Atlanta at Miami, 8 p.m. Eastern. So
Let's go Hawks.
it's a big weekend for basketball, Danny.
Yep, yes it is. Here up until playoffs, the next 3 weeks really will determine a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be we're going to see how teams come out from the All-Star break and see how they do. So yeah, keep tuning in and we'll try to keep you updated, right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to be on the show next week and the week before that and the week after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try my best.
All right, for sure. Hopefully this is working out well. I think it's going really well face to face.
Yeah, I think so. I think we talked too much about basketball, but let's hop into the next topic.
All right, yeah, moving on. In our programming here, I know this is Danny's favorite thing to talk about, and my personal favorite as well. The MLS Major League Soccer season has finally come, and this past weekend we had a slew of games in which we had no draws, lots of goals, really bad defense, and a lot of last-minute winners, Danny. Were you able to capture any of the MLS games this weekend?
No, I was not.
And why not?
At all.
Why not?
I did not watch. I watched way more basketball than I did MLS.
Okay, but why not? You just said I watched basketball, but you didn't see why you didn't bother to change the channel.
That's a great question. One, I probably don't have any network that is able to tune into MLS.
You don't have channel 11?
No, I don't have an antenna on my
You don't
TV.
have FS1?
No. Actually, yes, I do.
You don't have Apple TV?
No, I don't have Apple
Okay,
TV.
that might be the dagger in it.
Okay.
But yeah, the 2023 MLS season did finally kick off this past weekend with...
Also, none of those are sponsors.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, we're not sponsored by nobody. Thank you, Danny. But yeah, we well, or I at least watched some MLS games apparently, but I was able to watch some of the Nashville SC New York City game, which was the opening game of the weekend on Saturday. The final score was Nashville 2, New York 0 Zippo, in which Honey Mukhtar, you don't know who that is, Danny, but he's looking, it's only game one, but he looked really crisp out there. Last year's Golden Boot winner. He didn't score in this game, but he got the assist in the second goal, in which he had like 4 or 5 New York City defenders outside their penalty area, 30 yards out, which is far to shoot. But when you got 4 or 5 guys around him, it looks kind of far. He had an open man, and his buddy just caressed the ball in, and they went up 2-0. Sealed the deal.
Well, what a soft touch.
No, yeah, dude. It was like, how y'all gonna let this best leading scorer from last season do that to you? It was just, okay, I guess. You guys were almost a year or 2 years ago, New York City were raising MLS Cup in Portland.
Really?
Yeah. They've dealed and wielded different players now since that time. They let go Tati Castellanos, who they sold for hella money.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, well, I know it's MLS, it's a parody league. Shit always hits the fan. Doesn't matter if you guys spend hella money. It's always unpredictable because of travel, destination, and whatever. But yeah, a very interesting take. Another game I like to point out was we had Atlanta going up against San Jose. San Jose going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, whatever it's called in Atlanta. The very big stadium that 70,000 people go and watch some footy there, which is pretty popular. San Jose went up in like the 12th minute. Obobisi gave him the lead, and you want to know what happened, Danny?
What?
So it was 1-0 up into the 90th minute.
Wow, right up to the end.
And Mr. Almada, the only current, for the first time ever, World Cup winning player to be in the MLS.
Wow.
Like, not like he's young. He's like probably maybe even a little bit younger than us.
Yeah.
I think Thiago Almada scored 2 goals in the span of like 5 minutes.
Wow.
In the 90 plus stoppage time. So yeah, the first goal came in the 90 plus 3, and then the second one came in 90 plus 9. I think he got an open shot in the first one, and on the second one it was a free kick, I believe. Unless I said those backwards, but more or less they were from the same range. And hey man, when you got the hot hand or the hot foot, you take your chances. But they did have an earlier penalty chance in which the other younger guy that's pretty good, I always say his name, Araujo. So it looks like Araujo, but it's Araujo with a more accent at the end. Just, I don't even know, blasted away his penalty chance. He like did like a quick like stutter step, which a la to former Atlanta United player Joseph Martinez. Took a stutter step, kind of like a small hop, and then kicked the ball as hard as he can, or finesse it in some chances. Kicked the shit out of it and went wide left. I was like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, dude, it was weird. But luckily, Almada dug them out of the hole. Going down some of the other games, we had a FC Cincinnati winning 2-0 against Houston Dynamo. New England Revolution defeated Charlotte FC. They had about 69,000 at that stadium. A comeback of a win for DC United, who defeated Toronto FC at home. They were down 2-0, then it was 2-1, or it was 1-1 and 2-1, and then all hope was lost. And then somehow, some way, and about the late points of the game as well, I think in like the 80-some minute, they were able to tie the game, and in the 90th minute, Danny, like in literally the last minute of the game, got the game winner. Having Sir Wayne Rooney's side get the first home win of the season. Had all the fans going home happy in the cold out there.
Wow.
And no lemons were thrown, by the way.
Wow, is that a thing they throw lemons?
In the XFL.
In the XFL. Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was a whole debacle, which we'll talk about sometime later. But yeah, no lemons were thrown at this stadium, at this game. But yeah, good on DC United. Going down south, where I was going to say it was a little bit hotter, but apparently it was raining there too. CF Montreal went up against Inter Miami, David Beckham's squad, his team. Miami won 2-0, in which we got to see Rodolfo Pizarro, Joseph Martinez, all got to link up. I think the other guy, Capania, looking pretty good out there. I'm glad that David Beckham and his squad were able to kind of figure out things out there, because that first season or two was really, really rough, considering it's David Beckham's team. I'm going to probably run that, what was the saying, run that horse to the ground.
Run it to the ground.
But yeah, you would expect it better. And yeah, they look way crisp. We got Joseph Martinez, who at some point was the all-time leading scorer in a season in 2018-2019, and Carlos Vela broke it the next season after that. But yeah, hopefully Joseph Martinez, discovers his skills once again, which he kind of lost at Atlanta. We had New York Red Bulls at Orlando City, which ended 1-0. I believe the lone goal was a penalty. We had a Columbus Crew go to Philadelphia Union, second place finishers in the MLS's last year in the season. Columbus Crew went out with a 1-0 lead in the beginning, and after that, the Union scored one. But whenever they get one, they smell blood in the water, and that's what makes the Union very, very dangerous, because once they get one, they start pouring it on, bro. Because what happens is they got that one, then they got two, then they got three, then they got four, again and again and again, and they just never let up. So they ended up with that scoreline 4-1. But yeah, Andre Blake was great in this game as a goalie as well. Probably one of the best goalies in CONCACAF right now. But yeah, Union win that game 4-1. We also had another doozy of a game out in Austin with the newest franchise in the league, St. Louis City SC, going up against Austin FC, in which Austin was up, I think it was 2-1 for majority of the game, and then I don't know what the hell happened, bro. So I think the tying goal was just honestly, Dan, I don't know. I'm trying not to. I don't know what the fuck was that bullshit out there. So the right back or the defender for Austin, he had nowhere to go forward. So he's like, all right, let me pass it to my goalie. And I don't know, it's because the St. Louis player, his shirt camouflaged in the grass. And I guess this guy, he wanted to play it back to his goalie.
Yeah.
Played it back, but nonchalantly, dude.
Oh, just like a little casual kick.
Kicked it directly to the other player.
Oh, no.
And all he had to do was turn around. And,
tap it in.
Yeah, just get it around the goalie and tap it in. And that was what started the comeback. And then, yeah, St. Louis got the third goal, and that was a wrap.
Wow.
It's just like, what the fuck? Like, I have, like, if I show you the highlight, I can't even explain. Like, you have to see it. Because even when the guy kicked it, it was almost as if he didn't even see him.
He wasn't offsides? There was another guy behind him?
No, well, that's the thing. Well, no, yeah, yes, you are correct. There is possibility of offside, but he played it. He was so the defender had the ball.
Oh, I see.
Passed it back.
Oh, I see.
So it was direct play.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, because the other team, the offense, they have to wait until there's one defender.
Because they didn't have possession of the ball. So
exactly.
Yeah, I do know it. You would think it'd be offside, but his own teammate didn't play.
Oh,
it's kind of like he stole the ball. Because they had just pushed up, and the striker, I think, I don't remember his name, but he pushed up and he was still behind the ball, the play, and then I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. He just basically passed it to him on a platter, Danny. It was that bad.
Oh, come on, man.
It was pretty bad, dude.
Yeah, it's like scoring on your own basket.
Oh yeah, dude.
Come on.
Oh no, it's like if he tried passing, like it's kind of like if he was running to the cup, and then he saw like Shaq in front of him, and he's like, all right, no look pass, back that way.
Yeah, throwing it to the bench, the opposite side.
Oh no, worse, throwing it to like it's like LeBron on a fast break, like. you just intentionally just gave him a chance for a highlight.
Throwing on a Brown, waiting for a cherry pick.
Yeah,
already.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? Like he backed out, you know?
Yeah.
But it wasn't even backed out. He just turned around. He's like, oh, I'm gonna pass it to my goalie. I have no options.
Is there a sports blooper equivalent for the MLS, like Shaq and the Fool or something
There
like that?
used to be.
Yes.
I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, can we start that?
Like, what do you mean? You want to do that?
Yeah, let's clip it. Let's clip it and
you
start.
You want to get cease and desist by the MLS and Apple TV?
As long as we don't profit off of it, it's
Well,
cool. Because then they can't claim it if we don't make money off of it. But, well, we get it big enough, and then we just get deals off the IG and stuff.
I guess,
yeah.
Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
All right, I'll look into it.
What do we call it?
You gotta help me out because I already got a lot on my plate.
What do we call it?
Well, the original one, which was on ESPN and ESPN FC, was Jaime Moreno.
Not a sponsor.
His segment was called "You Know It, You Love It." It's the MLS. So it was highlights and bloopers, but of course he was capping on.
Oh, I see.
So it was like optional defending or courtesy dot, like optional defending for the defense.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Or courtesy dive, like by the goalie. Like the ball's already past you. Why are you diving?
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? Or he would do like highlights, or he would do like lowlights. Like if there was like goofy fans in the crowd,
Yeah.
Like, look at this kid. Look at this kid. His eyes are about to pop out of his face. Like, he's like screaming. Or look at these people. It's 20 degrees and they don't have shirts on. What are we doing, guys?
How about the goalpost? No, that's horrible.
Goalpost.
Take it back. I'll take it back. If anyone has any great names that they'd like to give us for free, please leave it in the Instagram comments for this episode or in the YouTube comments.
At Rambling Runoff, please comment.
At Rambling
like
Runoff.
the video.
Yes.
Subscribe if you haven't
Yes.
already.
All those
If you're on
things.
Spotify, give us 5 stars.
Yes. Yeah. What? Throw out a suggestion. What do you think it should be called, Robert?
The whammy. Like if you get whacked in the face or kicked in the balls.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, it also works for women as well because I know. I mean, obviously, I'm a male, but I'm pretty sure it hurts down there as well.
Oh, I'm sure any hit in those sensitive areas probably hurts.
No squares.
Yeah.
Male or female,
No
whatever you
squares.
identify as.
Oh, come on. What about flops and chops? I don't know.
Flops and chops. What?
I'm trying to make it rhyme. I don't know.
I mean, we could talk about this later.
Okay, sure.
Danny trying to
Man,
brainstorm.
I really like this idea
See,
though. No one else
Can you
did it,
guys
please.
tell we don't brainstorm like shit off the show? It's always during the show. Can you guys tell?
Yeah.
But we'll get back to that in a bit. But moving down the list, we have Minnesota United. I think they were at Dallas. I believe they were at FC Dallas. Minnesota, the Loons were victorious 1-0. And I kind of got to watch this game a little bit. Vancouver Whitecaps at home facing off against Real Salt Lake. Vancouver, I think, went up 1-0, and then Real Salt Lake turned on the burners and were able to get the 2-1 victory. I think it was also another late goal that they got. And then there was 2 postponed games, one of them which was played. The other one has been moved to a later date, which I'll get to in a bit. But on Monday, Portland hosted Sporting Kansas City and a night game on Apple TV, which I was able to see. Luckily, Portland was victorious 1-0. Kansas City had a couple good chances towards the end, but were unlucky. The goalies were pretty good. David Bingham, who was sitting behind on the bench for a while in Portland, finally got the start. And he looked decent. I think he just needed a really good defense in front of him. Going to San Jose and the Galaxy were quite a struggle for any goalkeeper, honestly. But he looked pretty good out there, in my opinion. And then the second game that was postponed and moved to a later date was the El Tráfico, LAFC versus LA Galaxy. The LA Galaxy were going to play host for this game. The game was supposed to be played at the America Stadium, the Rose Bowl, in gorgeous Pasadena, California.
Where it snowed and hailed 2 days ago.
Due to inclement weather, which they reported there was going to be lightning and thunder, which there was some in the area. They postponed this game. I mean, we live in the vicinity. Yeah, it was a downpour, if you can believe me. But there was snow, hail, lots of rain, a little bit of wind.
Yep.
I could hear some thunder out there.
Oh yeah, me
But
too.
their concern was that due to the Rose Bowl being a bowl stadium, no roof, no covering, they couldn't protect any of the fans. So to do right, they postponed the game for a later date. It was a strange time, Danny. I was following the updates on this game, and a lot of fans were deliberating that it was going to be moved to like September, October.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because that was when they were just reading the schedule on our breaks, on the Galaxy
Oh,
breaks.
I see. Yeah.
And then, like a couple hours later, the MLS and the Galaxy announced the game has been moved to July 4th.
Whoa.
Tuesday.
Okay. It's a tough date for America.
No, yeah, I mean, it was very interesting for them to pull the trigger on that because they already had the Galaxy already have a game on that day.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Are they moving that game
that game
to
got
another
moved
date?
to
Oh,
September.
interesting.
They were supposed to play St. Louis
Okay.
at Dignity Health Sports Park, where they usually play their games.
So I guess the Battle of LA takes place on America's birthday.
Yeah, I mean, they're already going to play each other in April already.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Ooh. So it'll be a rematch.
well, they play each other 3 times this season.
Okay.
Possibly
Gotcha.
4 with U.S. Open. Possibly 5 with Leagues Cup.
Gotcha. But that'll be the second time they meet this season?
Yes. I think the third time will be at BMO Stadium next to the Coliseum.
Got it. I really like that stadium, by the way.
Yeah?
Not as big as the Rose Bowl.
No, yeah, of course. It's like 22,000.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's a fun little stadium.
Yeah, I saw
A lot of stuff to do
I
around
saw a
there.
funny comment during that period. Someone's like, "Why don't they just move the game to Dignity Health Sports Park?" Like, dude, they announced that they've projected to have sold or distributed 70,000 tickets.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
How you
dang. How are you gonna put all those
I
people
know.
in there?
They someone commented
That
like,
stadium's tiny.
Yeah, it only fits about 26, 27 if they try. They're like, my
Yeah,
bad,
but-
bro. I wasn't thinking right when I said that.
That's
But
funny.
that was the MLS in short. But just
Yep.
to let you know, Danny, I know I've already alluded to it, but a lot of the MLS games are on Apple TV now, in which
That's
is
so
a
interesting.
subscription package that you could pay for. In which it's like $100 if you are purchasing it like fresh, like with Apple TV and everything.
Yeah.
Which I think that's your best deal because you're.
So that's $100 for the whole
Yeah.
year.
Or
Got
you
it.
could do.
We're not a sponsor, by the
I
way.
think it's. Oh, damn it! I forgot what the payment plan was, but you might as well just. I think it's like $12 for every month.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, because I think the NBA is like, if you get it right at the beginning of the year, for the regular league pass without a team, it's like $130 or something. It's even more,
yeah,
and that's just NBA, and you can't watch your local teams. Yeah, not a sponsor, by the way. But yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal because then you get all the other Apple TV stuff as
no,
well.
yeah,
Right?
because I think it's better just to pay it all in front. But let's say you already have
yeah.
Apple TV, you already have Apple TV Plus, and I think you get like a $20 discount, so it's like $70.
Oh,
for
it's not
everything.
bad. Yeah,
And then it gets better if you have AT&T,
not a sponsor.
you get it for free.
Whoa! So those of you with AT&T, go ahead and jump on it.
But yeah, I got to see some of it, the free stuff, because I don't have Apple TV, unfortunately. But yeah, they have a bunch of like different stuff, like fan like documentaries. I mean, some of it I kind of noticed was like recycled material. But I was like,
Yeah.
all right, because a lot of these teams, they were just like, not Apple didn't produce any of this. Like they told the teams like, you guys gotta do fan oriented, player oriented, team oriented, history oriented content. So I feel like a lot of the teams were overwhelmed or unprepared for some of this stuff.
So they're kind of taking like the ESPN and Netflix kind of like business models
Yeah.
where Netflix will buy the things that are already made.
Yeah.
And they might commission it and then
No,
buy
yeah,
it
because like
if they like the product.
I was like looking at some of it, I was like, oh, let me look at like some of these. Let me look at the teams I'm interested in. I'm like, oh wow, like these like little documentary about the team was cool. But I was like noticing, I'm like, they're all different lanes. Like comparing, like I was doing research on the Galaxy and LAFC before the game got postponed. The Galaxy's like history video was only like 6 minutes long, and the LAFC one's like 31 minutes long.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of history for Galaxy to shove into
Well, we're
6
not
minutes.
kissing. It was like kind of like a hype up video. I'm like,
Oh,
damn,
I see.
like- and I was looking at the other ones, like some people were like 16, some were like 10 minutes. I was like, oh, so it wasn't like structured. They just said, make this the best you can. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's like one of those emails that are like, everyone needs to present during this meeting.
You need to show
and then
your
everyone
work.
comes up with it. Exactly.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I suppose. So I was like, that's interesting. So yeah, all the teams like kind of like have their own little like portfolio, which is cool. I just wish there was like some more consistency along the time range. Because like, what if I want to
Yeah.
watch like Real Salt Lake's thing and their thing is only like 5 minutes, and then Atlanta United's is like 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, they should have put a minute restriction on there.
I don't know.
Like a min-max. It should have been like 15 to 20, something like that.
No, yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, watching the stuff, it was pretty good. I got to watch that Portland game, which was good. So
Awesome.
I mean, because some of it is free. All I had to do was create an Apple ID, which was a pain in the ass, honestly.
Yeah,
Because I
not a
don't have
sponsor.
an Apple product on me. Sorry, everybody. I don't got that dumb blue box or whatever the fuck. But but yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. I was debating on
Yeah.
doing like a podium episode on this, but it just never came around to. Maybe we'll do it later on in the season
Yeah.
once I get acclimated with the teams. Because
You know, it'd be really cool if we do a podium show with a segment with us going to a game live. we can record a little thing at the game. That'd be pretty
like
cool.
at halftime or something.
Yeah, like at halftime, like we're live in front of whatever game we're at.
Okay, I mean,
We're put on the score. Maybe we can try to get a press pass. You think?
we could try.
I'm dreaming big. I'm dreaming big.
Try. Maybe we could do like a basketball game, kind of.
Sure, we'll do either one. I'm down for either one. They've got beer at both places.
I'm more of a basketball guy, but you knowing me, I've kind of before I was into basketball.
Yeah, you got your foot in both worlds for sure.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that'd be fun. Let's do it sometime this year. Look out for it.
But
guys.
that means you have to watch soccer, Danny.
I will
know
watch
it's been
soccer.
well documented on this podcast that you don't watch a lot of soccer. I've
You know
basically
what?
had to make you watch soccer. I'm like,
I don't know what episode it was, but multiple episodes. I watched at least one soccer
because
game.
I fucking told you.
Yeah, I mean, look, it worked.
Yeah,
you told me I watched it.
This. I was like, well, I'm not gonna talk for 20 minutes about USA soccer by myself, and you're here.
You just did it.
Yeah, I know, but
FYI.
I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Casper or Gasparini.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. When it's remote, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
don't be
I feel
coming at
that.
me with this slander and this.
Whoa. Hey, you're coming with slander. Look, I don't hate soccer.
Yeah, I know you don't.
It's just tough to watch for
Yeah,
me.
I know. Especially now,
But-
because now on the app, it's like barely on any free TV.
Yeah, but if we go in person, I think that'd be great. There's beer there. There's stuff to do. You can still watch, and the energy live is always different.
No, yeah, of course.
So I'll be definitely down to do it.
All right, for sure. We'll see you down the line then.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I mean, if you guys love MLS as much as I do, make sure you get your Apple IDs and
Not a
watch
sponsor.
some MLS, or screw it, buy the package. I recommend just buying the full package because there's no point in waiting for the free games.
Yeah, I wish we had a code to recommend to you guys, but they're not a sponsor. Sponsor
Even
us,
if we
please.
did have a code, it only works for one person. So
I know.
alright.
But what if there was like a referral thing where we get like $5 off it every time someone signs up or something?
I mean, that'd be cool, but we have to find someone to do that for us.
Yeah. Anyone who works at Apple that listens to this, please get us in. I don't know how, why, or how that would even work, but please.
We do know someone that works at Apple.
I don't know if they can do it,
Okay, never mind. Then.
but please, you know who you are. If you're listening to this, try your best. I don't know how
If
you
you're
would do
listening
it, but
to
please.
this, my name is John Connor, and I'm the last man on Mars. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But yeah, I think that wraps up our MLS talk. Are you ready to move on to the warm up?
Yes. I think we got to fly by these next
A little
things.
bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of
the
took a
warm-up
little
and
while on the
rundown.
basketball, but that was because you
sorry
kept
about
talking
that.
about basketball. I'm like, we're
Sorry
on the
about that,
schedule.
guys.
First, you get off topic, then you ramble, which is a good thing.
That's the show.
I mean, it's a good thing. But yeah, moving on to the warm up topic, which shout out to our wonderful sports ramblers that we're requesting for boxing, in which we're going to talk about Plant versus Benavidez, which is next month, which we're going to
Yes.
dabble on, which I think we should do like a full segment before the fight.
Yeah. This will be a little teaser, because the fight is still
It's in 25,
from the recording
24
here.
days away.
About a month out.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
there's going to be a Plant's return to the ring, I believe.
Yes, I believe since last year. Let's double check that.
Yeah, and just to give you guys some detail, undefeated former two-time WBC super middleweight champion David El Bandera Roja Benavidez and former IBF super middleweight champion Caleb Plant will meet in a 12-round high-stakes showdown to settle their long simmering feud live on Showtime pay-per-view. So,
Yes.
Danny, what can you tell us about this bout?
About this bout, it is between David Benavidez, as you just said, and Robert Plant. The tale of the tape. David Benavidez undefeated, 26-0. Caleb Plant, 22-1. The one loss happening last year
Against Canelo,
against
Yeah.
Canelo. Exactly right. David Benavidez has had 23 knockouts. Caleb Plant 13.
Yeah, 13.
They're both sitting around 168.
Yep.
David Benavidez has a little bit of a height advantage, sitting at
A little
6'2".
bit. Plant is at 6'1". They're basically the same height.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a hair.
I know, a hair of advantage.
Yeah, just that's what I said, just a bit. And then the same for the reach. A half inch goes to Benavidez with the 74.5 inch reach, with Caleb Plant sitting at a flat 74. They're both fighting orthodox. And again, Benavidez has a little bit of an edge. He's 26 compared to 30 years old of Plant.
I mean, there's not a lot different. Like the tail of the tape is not that different for these guys, honestly. Like looking at it.
No, it's not. They've got just about the same fighting record. But it is incredible for David Benavidez to be 4 years younger and to have a bit more of a professional career than Caleb Plant thus far.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard of Benavidez more than Plant. I didn't start hearing about. I mean, I'm not a boxing person like you, so like when I heard of Plant against Canelo, I was like, who the hell is this guy? Oh, he's undefeated. All right, go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, but it's incredible. 23 knockouts of 26. He's a knockout artist. Actually, the handful or 3 of his TKOs, not by knockout, not by direct knockout, excuse me, have come in the last handful of fights in the last 2 to 3 years. So Benavidez is a knockout artist. I'll admit I've fallen out of the world of boxing a bit here, but Big O, shout out to you. I'm getting back in next week or the week after, whenever I'm able to get back on here. I will know everything there is to know about this man and Caleb Plant.
I mean, apparently in Vegas it's a 50-50 matchup, if that means anything to you.
Yeah, I mean, the tail of the tape, it's right down the middle, it seems. I think the edge belongs to Benavidez. He's who knows about their amateur career, but...
What'd you just say?
I said, who knows about the amateur career at this point, because I don't know anything about it. Yeah. But they have... but Benavidez has a bit more of a professional career. And right now he's a standing WBC interim world super middle. So we'll see.
How do you feel about interim champions?
I don't know. This is like an interesting phase of boxing where there's so many interim champions because people step down or they decline a certain amount of fights and they lose their championship title and whatnot. So I'm not super sure. I don't hate it, but I also don't like it depending on the way that they lose it. If there's an injury and you can't make a fight and whatnot, you can't. Excuse me, you can't really fight it. But if someone retires too, it is what it is. It happens, and the seat is vacated. But if you're choosing your opponents and you're sitting out or you're declining a number of fights for a certain amount of time, and then you vacate that title, it just doesn't look great. Like talking about before, the optics just doesn't look good.
All right, I feel you. Well, while you were talking, I found a little more info on this bout. Sorry if we came in a little bit unprepared. A little bit of a last second change in our scheduling programming before we started recording. But Plant 22-1, as you said, 13 KO. He's coming off a thunderous knockout of the year contender in an October fight with Anthony Dirrell. That win helped Plant rebound from his first career loss, which, as you mentioned, in November 2021, a TKO defeat to Saul Canelo Alvarez, a loss which also ended Plant's nearly 3-year run as IBF super middleweight champion. And on the other side, Benavidez, 26-0, 23 KO, is a 2-time former WBC super middleweight champion. The only setbacks in his career have come by his own missteps. He lost his WBC title the first time after failing a drug test for cocaine. After winning back the title, he lost the belt ahead of his next fight, failing to make weight against his fight with Romier Alexis Angulo. Did I say that right? Am I in the right vicinity?
Who knows? Sorry?
Bruh, do you think I said his name right?
I don't know.
Romer
Alexis
What the hell was I saying? Romier?
That's the closest. That's the closest thing. But it looks like he got his revenge against Alexis Angulo. He beat him in the indecision in August 15, 2020.
There you go. Also reading this article from CBS Sports Boxing. Without a title, top fighters in the division have been able avoided stepping in the ring with Benavidez. The fight with Plant gives Benavidez a big name opponent and an opportunity to all but force his way into a fight with the likes of undisputed super middleweight champion Alvarez or other top names and work his way back towards a world title. So basically, both these guys are just going to try to clean their name and get a fresh slate to be top contenders, basically.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a qualifier match, figuratively.
Yeah, it should be, based on what you said, it should be two dogs in a cage, try to knock the other guy out.
I mean, they both should be hungry.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what it is. We're going to circle back to this and get you guys a little bit more information and a little more hype for the fight in our next talk about it, when it won't be in the rundown, but it'll be a main topic.
No, yeah, this is the warm-up, Danny. Jerry, forget.
No,
you're tripping.
I'm just saying.
No, you're tripping. This is the warm-up, not the rundown.
My bad. Sorry.
Come on, fool. This is your first time on.
Come on.
This slander. This. I am appalled.
Get out of here.
We should get into the ring and I should beat the crap out of you.
Yeah, we're going in the ring. This is like the third time we've said it on this podcast.
We used to. I guess as a
mark your calendars, everyone.
We used to.
This year.
I probably wouldn't be able to do it though, cause I have.
Oh wow! You already hear him backing out. Y'all heard it here first, fans. The provoker backs out of the fight. Wow.
Nah. Dude, you're the one that's been trying to schedule this. I'm just like, all right, just come to my house, fool.
Come on. It's got to be more than that.
Nah, dog. Nah.
We got to get a commission by the state of California. I can't be held on the line for murder.
Hey, hold on real quick. I'm going to put you on the spot. You know, this man, when we used to spar at my house, would tell me to invite people.
Yeah.
So they could apparently see what my
I need your people to see who they're supporting. People need to witness what this beatdown will be.
This man dead. Said, bring your girlfriend.
Yeah. She'll be the one to hold. She'll be the one to stop the fight. Who else is gonna stop it for you?
Stupid. Oh, you, because you have self-control.
No. When I'm in the ring, I'm a dog. I'm an animal.
Okay. Well. Okay, sir. Okay, mister. You leaned into it.
You definitely leaned into it. You tried to slip, but I caught you with the left.
I had allergies. I took Benadryl right before sparring.
Wow, and you would have failed the drug test.
I was moving slow, and apparently I walked right into it.
Yeah,
and he
you
said,
slipped right into my left.
And then the best part was I was like taking it. I was just like, all right, screw it, hit me in the face. He's like, oh, my bad, bro. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we were light sparring.
Just keep swinging.
We weren't even doing anything. We were barely touching each other. So I felt really bad about it.
Yeah, I know. Because there's at least 2 instances that was more than 2 times. You hit me in the face.
Yeah, I did not mean to. But.
You know, there was one time we were sparring in my front yard and my neighbors saw us and they're like,
oh, they did?
told my grandma and my mom, they're like, oh, yeah. Like, it wasn't bad, but they're like, oh, yeah, we saw them boxing.
Yeah, we should charge money.
We were charging my neighbors 10 cents.
Oh, come on. We can get 50 cents. Come on. 50 cents, $1.50, you think?
50 cents. 50 cents.
$1.50. $1.50 and they get water.
There's 5 of them.
Oh.
6 if you count the...
Okay, $5 a head. They get water and a bag of chips. You like it? $5 a head.
Oh my gosh. I was trying not to laugh. I'm trying to make too much noise.
I think that's good. $5 a head. They get water and a bag of chips. We'll open it up, fans. Put it in the comments.
Oh god. Okay. What is it? We're not MGM Grand.
What? No, I'm not taking bets.
About to fight.
I'm not taking bets. Just put it in the comments. Is it a good idea? Do you want me to see?
A quick $5.
Do you want to see me beat down on Robert? Put it in the comments. Put down yes, Robert. Have mercy for Robert. This is hashtag have mercy for Robert in the comments.
You know no one's gonna.
I'm gonna see one of them for sure. Big O.
Okay, all right. Get someone you know
Big
to type it. I want to see.
You're out there. If you're listening, put it in there. Have mercy for Robert.
All right, we'll see. All right. Well, do you know people? Tell people, hey, text or
Okay.
text somebody and be like,
All
hey,
right.
can you
All right.
comment
I'm gonna have
this
10
or
people
whatever,
out there.
and we'll see.
Here we go.
All right, go. I want to see you.
Come on.
You're not
Here we
gonna
go.
do it.
Here we go. It's it.
I know you're not gonna do it.
Okay. All right.
I know you're not gonna do
All
it.
right, y'all. It's happening. Mark your calendars. What's a good
Alright.
Saturday?
March 25th, Caleb Plant versus
Yeah.
Benavidez, and apparently Danny.
No, we
Tan
need some
versus
training time. We'll
Robert
mark it.
Rios.
We'll mark our calendars for maybe August. Do it in the summer. All
All right,
right.
we'll see what's up.
$5 a head. Bag of chips and water.
They're like bag of chips from like.
They're like bag of chips from like not even good bag. They're like what's like a cheap bag of chips?
I don't know. Is it bugles? Get a small bag of bugles. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Or
those
Fritos.
tiny half bag of Fritos. Yeah.
yeah.
Or the baked cheese Cheetos. Ugh, those are horrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's gonna get
Th-
that
That's why everyone's
because
getting
it was
healthy.
donated.
All right, there you go. All right, but,
Let's get it.
You ready to go to the rundown? All right, it's not a lot because we're kind of pressed for time here at the moment. But
Yeah,
again,
I've
I
had
think
a really
it's
good
been
time.
show so far. If this is the
This
end,
is what happens when we try something new.
sorry everybody. It's look. See, this is what happens when we try something new. It just does
Everybody
not all
good.
go to
Everything
plan.
goes on the shoot. I should
So-
say. Yes.
So please bear with us with our performance today. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
it's the best, but I've had a lot of fun today.
Ooh,
I got to
Yeah.
see Danny's ugly
and I gotta see
mug
this Loch Ness monster come out of his
in
swamp.
person.
But,
Stupid.
getting down
But,
to the
yeah.
rundown,
Getting down to the rundown now. FIFA had their annual awards, in which Lionel Messi won the best FIFA Men's Player Award, which I believe is his third or second award he's ever
Incredible.
won
Yeah.
in the best men's award competition.
Yep.
just kinda
He
Outdueled him.
outbeat Mbappe,
literally
which is kind of shocking,
Yep.
So,
literally and figuratively. So
um,
kudos to him. Let me see who else was here. Where's the other one? Oh, the Puskas Award winner was won by Marcin Oletsky, an amputee player. So there's like an amputee
I
league.
got a cross.
So basically, they all have one leg. They have their crutches.
Whoa, that's crazy.
The guy got a cross and he
That's
basically
awesome.
did like a bicycle.
Wow, that's incredible. What the heck?
Yeah, well, he's on crutches.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what that is.
The Puskas is
Yeah, he won the Puskas. Oh, you don't know the Puskas
Oh,
is
I see.
basically
Wow.
in basketball terms
That's amazing.
best shot or best dunk.
Yeah. Well, he bicycle kicked it in.
So
That's
someone
awesome.
crossed him the ball and he
scissored in quotations.
Oh, I see.
basically
Oh, I see what you mean.
bicycle
Yeah,
scissored in
That's awesome.
quotations.
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty sick goal.
For the Puskas
No, yeah.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, he was the first amputee winner for the
Makes me feel
Puskas
bad.
Award.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I got 2
But,
feet and I don't know what to do with them.
Oh my gosh! Shut the hell
Why?
up.
Okay, my bad.
Oh my gosh! Shut the hell up. Best men's FIFA goalie goes to Emiliano Martinez, who showed his very great skills in the penalties during the FIFA World Cup this past year, and you got to see a little bit of his goofy side. He's the guy. I don't know if you saw, but there's like a picture
He
of
won
a
the best
goalie holding the
award.
trophy
Oh, yeah.
Immediately
by his crotch.
got the trophy.
That was him. He won the best goalie award. Immediately
He teed it.
got the trophy and went like this.
Yeah.
And
He teed it
and
up.
the trophy is a
Yeah.
glove, so it's like a hand.
Yeah, he was,
It's like a hand.
Really swell performance.
Yeah,
Amazing.
but yeah, he was interesting. But yeah, a really swell performance from him in the World Cup. So props to him.
Find the women's stuff.
Let me see what else we got. I'm trying to find the women's stuff. Why
Man, it's
why
a
y'all
man's
gotta-
world. All they do is put women
why y'all
down.
gotta make it so difficult?
Because I think
Yeah, I know,
Alex
right?
Morgan.
Let me see. Because I think Alex Morgan, a local Southern California resident,
California out here winning.
Yeah, I
was
believe she
named to
finished
the
second
FIFA Best 11 team. So, and I believe she finished second or third in the women's
voting.
Awesome.
Can I not find it? Did it just
competition, I guess you could say, or women's voting. Can I not
Oh,
find
it's
it?
not looking
Did-
good for you,
did it
Robert.
just like disappear?
Oh, here we go.
Where is it at? I know, right? Oh, here we go. How do you say your name? Where are you at, Co? Oh, Alexis Butelas won
out.
the best FIFA Women's Player
best
of the
women's
year.
coach, it was
So
Serena
shouts to her.
Wig-
For best women's coach, it was Serena
That's incredible.
Wigman.
Yeah.
Damn.
She won best coach, which I think is her
the
third time
goalkeeper,
winning this award,
yeah,
low key.
Mary
Yeah.
Epps.
For the goalkeeper,
For the UK,
we had a
she won
Mary
best goalkeeper.
Awesome.
Epps.
Shout out to them. I don't think there was a
From the
Ballon d'Or
UK,
this
she won best goalkeeper. So yeah, shout out to them. I don't think there was a Ballon d'Or this year then,
There was no
because I haven't, unless that's different. But yeah,
Oh,
there was
okay.
no
everybody.
Wow.
Ballon
Not just
d'Or,
Europe, everybody.
which
Oh, that's
Oh,
crazy.
MVP of soccer, Danny.
Oh, that didn't go to
Of
Messi,
everybody.
or?
Not
Yeah.
just Europe, everybody. The
Oh,
whole
alright.
shebang bang.
Well, the last time they
I know. Well, the last time they didn't do it was during the
men's
pandemic,
award, which I think
the end of the world, in which they gave out the men's award, which I think Robert
the only reason
Lewandowski
why
won
they
it.
didn't give it out.
But that man should have won the Ballon d'Or. The only reason why they didn't give that award away, since it's more or less European
Why
based,
Come
is-
on.
why you guys gonna
was
have this
because the
award?
French
Yeah,
league was like,
when not
we're not
everyone's
playing
playing the
games right
game.
now.
Yeah,
Why are you guys gonna have this award? And
Neymar, who wasn't even
Selfishness.
yeah,
Yeah,
just because they had
weird.
Mbappe
Like,
and Neymar, who wasn't even playing.
This is-
Yeah,
he won
so
the
it was
best
weird.
men's award.
I was
This
like,
is
dude, you guys should
ridiculous.
just gave it to
Yeah,
him.
dude, the Ballon d'Or, do you know?
Like he won the best men's award, but yeah, dude, the Ballon d'Or. Do you know? I know you could name me two people that have won the Ballon
Ronaldo.
d'Or.
Messi.
I know you know two
Done.
soccer players.
There's another guy that won it. In between that,
Yeah.
it was Luka
Yeah.
Modric in like 20.
The other guy that won it
Wow.
in between that
And before that
was Luka Modric in like 2018 during the World Cup, and then before that,
Yeah.
because
yeah,
basically
before that, I think
it's
the last
been
guy to win it.
Ronaldo Messi or whatever,
Kaká.
and then before that, I think the last
yeah,
guy to win it
the names are
that
very
was not
familiar to
named
me.
Ronaldo or
Yeah.
Messi
Yeah.
was Kaká.
So it was an interesting time.
Wow.
Because basically you saw
Yeah.
these two, that's why people say they're
So it was an interesting time.
Yeah.
Because basically you saw just
Yeah.
these two. That's why people say they're the best, because they always won all the awards and the trophies. So, but yeah, I don't think
maybe
there
there
was a
was-
Ballon d'Or.
I
So,
don't know.
Maybe
and
they'll
there is
announce
a
that at
women's
later
one
date.
too.
Gotta
So
look it up.
that's what I was like,
I didn't do my best research.
maybe they just scrapped it. I don't know.
But yeah.
I gotta look it up.
Alright.
I didn't do my best research, but
The XFL.
But yeah, moving on in the rundown very quickly. The XFL has now gone underway. I don't have much detail to tell you, everybody, but what I've been seeing is the St. Louis Jailhawks. Okay, St. Louis. They have a new football team now. RIP to the St. Louis Rams. They're currently 2-0, and they've had 2 comeback victories. Danny, this team was down 15 points,
15 points.
and
That's
I
crazy.
believe the last 5 minutes of the game. They won the game. Yeah,
And you have the option
because of the way that it's formatted. So
kicking it
basically,
or going
they
for
scored the
1
touchdown,
point,
6
2
points,
points, or
and
3
you have the
points.
option of kicking it or going for 1 point, 2 points, or 3 points.
5-yard line.
Oh,
depending
I
on-
see.
Or you back
Basically,
up
you
if
want to go
it's
for the
worst
2
one.
points or whatever.
So they did the 3-point one, I believe.
At the 5-yard line, or you back up, it gets worth more. So they did the 3-point, I believe. Then instead of doing a
Go for it on
kickoff,
4th and 15.
you have the option of going for it on 4th
Oh,
and
okay.
15.
That's how they won the game.
If you go for it on 4th and
Oh, wow.
15, you
Okay.
keep
Yeah, it's the
possession.
St. Louis Battlehawks, by the way.
And that's how they won the game, because they scored right after that.
The Railhawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
crazy,
said
huh?
something like railroad, something like that. Yeah, I don't know what it
Battlehawks, thank
was.
you.
Sorry, it's
What did I say,
Confused
the
me.
Railhawks?
Brand new to me. I don't know if we're gonna be covering it as we did with the NFL, 'cause
Sorry, it's still brand new to me. I don't know if we're gonna be covering it as thorough as we did with the NFL, because there's also the USFL that's about to start.
so at least
But
we'll have you covered.
yeah, we'll keep you updated as best we can. I know I post stuff on Instagram and Twitter a lot,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
at least
we'll see
we'll,
what we can
have you
keep up
covered
with.
there.
Yeah, good
But
break.
on here,
Going into week
we'll see what's up, right, Danny? All right, but yeah, they're barely in week 2. They're going into week 3.
three, even though we're still in winter.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Dwayne.
But yeah,
You brought
keep
football
your
back to the
guys'
spring,
heads up
even though we're still in the winter.
for any, update in regards to that.
But yeah, keep your guys' heads up and your ears open for any update.
Oh,
in
yes.
regards to the XFL.
Yeah.
We had some NASCAR,
We had the Daytona 500
some NASCAR
just
stuff
passed,
that went down.
Yes.
and I already
Uh,
forgot 'cause
I won't-
write it down.
Dang it, we had the Daytona 500, which just
Interesting
passed,
day.
and
Would you
I already
mind
forgot
looking up who won
because I
the
didn't
Daytona
write it down.
500?
Yes.
It's been
I would
an
really
interesting day.
appreciate that, 'cause I could do
Danny, would you mind looking up who
This
won the
past weekend's
Daytona
race.
500?
It was
Because I would really appreciate that. Because I could do
who won the-
this past weekend's race,
Steinhaus Jr. Ricky
which
Stenhouse
was at Auto
Jr.
Club Speedway,
Yeah.
who won the
Oh, yeah, 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 now my
2023.
memory is coming back. He took that trophy with him to like
Yeah.
a Whataburger or something.
Oh yeah. Now
Really?
my memory is
Or to a
coming back.
restaurant.
He took that trophy with him to like a Whataburger or something,
Wow.
Like, wow.
or to a restaurant.
It was like him and his
And
family just
the
having
worker's
dinner
like, "Is
at,
that the trophy?" And he's like, "Yeah."
That's
I'm
so
like,
funny.
And it's not like a trophy.
It was like him and his family just
Like a
having
cup,
dinner
right?
at like
Nah,
a
it's like
roadside restaurant.
How do I explain it?
And it's not like a
Basically,
trophy
you know,
trophy.
like
It's
a
like,
small table that you could, like, carry,
nah, it's like a,
and then,
how
like,
do I
it has,
explain
like,
it?
a small
Basically,
car.
like
It's
think
all
about like a
glass
small
car.
table
Oh,
that you
okay.
can carry,
Carrying it around.
and then
Oh,
like
I
it
see what
has
you
like a
mean.
small
So it's
car on the top, like a glass car.
I see a photo of it. It's like
He's like
a
carrying it around,
round
and then
pedestal
Yeah.
looking type of thing.
Yes.
It's black.
Yes.
There's a plaque on the front, and there's a little
Yeah.
tiny glass
yes,
looking car.
Yes.
Almost like a box car
Uh-huh.
design.
Yeah, like an older.
Yeah, exactly. Sitting on top. It's pretty big.
yes,
No, yeah.
He carried the whole thing in there.
yeah, like an older,
It's
old
like
school.
half the size of a human.
Yeah.
It's like two
No,
and a
yeah,
half
it's
feet
pretty
tall.
huge.
It was pretty.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
But yeah, that
Yeah.
was the Daytona 500. I think
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the Daytona 500. I think it had a good crowd on hand. It was kicking off the season. This past weekend they had a race at Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, or apparently some
Yeah.
people refer to it as Fontucky,
So yeah, it's in Fontana. It was
because it's kind of far from LA when they say it's in LA, but it's not. So yeah, it's in Fontana. It was the
which was won
what are they
by
calling this? The
good old
Pala Casino 400
Kyle,
Which was
another
won
Bush.
by good old Kyle Busch, which he headed on to the lead towards the end and became victorious. So, shout out to him for getting another victory, which I believe he won one of the first races there. And they're going to close
Wow.
Auto Club
Even
Speedway for
smaller.
a hot
That's
minute,
crazy.
because they're going to try to make
Yeah.
it smaller.
That's a big track.
It's a 2-mile course.
I guess so.
Yeah, 2 miles all
Yeah.
2 miles a lap.
Well, 2 miles, that's a big track.
Like a short track, so a little, maybe
Yeah, 2 miles all around.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make it into like
Wow.
a short track, so
Yeah, but
a
it's
little,
still up in the air, so
maybe almost
he
a
won
mile and a half, maybe. Yeah, but it's still up in the air. So
formation of the
he won like one of the
Wow,
first
that's
races
history.
there. Now he
Yeah.
won like the last race there at the old
That's
school,
some shit.
at the original
Yeah, that is
formation
some
of the
shit.
course.
But,
That's crazy, huh?
yeah. Danny, do you have anything
Ain't
to
that some
add
shit?
right now today?
But
Not
Yeah.
much.
Danny, do you have anything to add in the rundown today?
Been a strange day.
Yeah. Following a
Yeah,
strange
sorry for a
rainy
little bit light
week.
today. It's
Yeah, that is
been
also true as
a
well.
strange day. So yeah,
That's it. You good for today?
yeah, that is.
I'm all
also
good. I'm
true
all
as
talked
well.
out for today.
But yeah, you got that's it. You're good for today. All right, for sure. I guess we'll start shutting things down here. But thank you for listening to Rambling Runoff. If you want to hear more from us, follow us on Twitter at Rambling Runoff,
Yeah.
or on Instagram also at Rambling Runoff. We also have a TikTok which we post some stuff sometimes. If you want to listen, if you're listening to on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, dislike the video if you didn't like it, whatever. Leave a comment, of course. We'd like to hear your opinions on whatever we've talked about today, or any suggestions for the show. If you're on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Apple Music,
Yeah, Spotify.
Google Podcasts.
On all those platforms,
What's another
rate
one?
us. Spotify, Apple.
Spotify.
If you can, rate us 5 stars, 1 star, whatever you want. Please
Yeah,
rate us.
rate us.
I think on Spotify it might be the easiest. You can just drop a rating. You don't have to put a comment. But if you're on Apple, please rate and add a comment. Something that's more than like one
I like
word,
comments.
so they know that you're not a robot. Yes, yeah, it helps a great amount.
If you're on Anchor,
Hopefully,
you can do
we
that
won't be
too.
saying not a
That's what
sponsor
we do.
anymore. We'll be shouting out our actual sponsor. But please, yeah, rate us if you can.
No, thank you. But yeah, I've been your host, Robert
Peace.
Rios, for Danny Tan, my co-host. Thank you, everybody. See you next time. Peace out.